Step back into Mystic Falls as we reveal where the cast of the Vampire Diaries from 2009 is now in 2025. In 2009, Paul Wesley, aged 27, captivated audiences as the brooding, good-hearted vampire in the Vampire Diaries. His chemistry with Elena drove the show's iconic love triangle, earning him 2 Teen Choice Awards. Interesting fact, Paul, born Paweł Wasilewski, speaks fluent Polish, thanks to his Polish heritage and childhood visits to Poland. In 2025, at 42, Paul stars as James T. Kirk in Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, and executive produces a vampire comedy for Fox. He also co-founded Brothers Bond Bourbon with Ian Summerhalder. Stefan's soulful charm endures. In 2009, Ian Summerhalder, aged 30, stole hearts as the charismatic, dangerous vampire in the Vampire Diaries. His electrifying performance won him a People's Choice Award and fueled the show's massive fan base. Interesting fact, Ian founded the Ian Summerhalder Foundation in 2010 to promote environmental conservation and animal welfare, reflecting his passion for sustainability. In 2025, at 46, Ian has retired from acting to focus on family life with wife Nikki Reed and their 2 children, Bodhi and Luna. He co-founded Brothers Bond Bourbon and the Absorption Company, living sustainably on a farm. Damon's legacy endures. In 2009, Kat Graham, aged 20, shown as the fierce, loyal witch in the Vampire Diaries. Her powerful performance as Bonnie anchored the show's supernatural core, earning her a Teen Choice nomination. Interesting fact, Kat, a talented singer, released her debut album Roxbury Drive in 2015 and performed at the White House for Black History Month. In 2025, at 35, Kat stars in films like Love in the Villa and is set to portray Diana Ross in the Michael Jackson biopic, Michael. She continues advocating for diversity and empowerment. Bonnie's magic still captivates. In 2009, Candace Accola, aged 22, brought bubbly energy to the Vampire Diaries as the vampire-turned-heroine. Her charm and growth won fans and a Teen Choice Award. Interesting fact, Candice is a talented singer, having toured as a backup vocalist for Miley Cyrus' Best of Both Worlds tour before the show. In 2025, at 38, now Candace King, she's a devoted mom of 2, hosts the Super Bloom podcast and reprised Caroline in Legacies. She's also working on new music and wellness projects. Caroline's vibrant spirit continues to shine. In 2009, Zach Roerig, aged 24, played the relatable human heartthrob in the Vampire Diaries. His grounded performance as Matt, the everyman in a supernatural world, resonated with fans. Interesting fact, Zach grew up in Ohio and worked as a gravedigger with his father before pursuing acting, adding depth to his blue-collar roles. In 2025, at 40, Zach stars in the upcoming Western Bad Men Must Bleed and has appeared in shows like Dare Me. A dedicated dad to his daughter, he keeps a low profile but remains a fan favorite. Matt's heart endures. In 2009, Michael Trevino, aged 24, lured onto the Vampire Diaries as the fiery werewolf. His intense portrayal of Tyler's transformation earned him a Teen Choice nomination. Interesting fact, Michael, of Mexican descent, is fluent in Spanish and often advocates for Latinx representation in Hollywood. In 2025, at 40, Michael has starred in Roswell, New Mexico, and appeared in the film Out of Control. Keeping a low profile, he's focusing on personal growth and new projects. Fans still howl for Tyler's return, and Michael's passion continues to burn bright. In 2009, Nina Dobrev, aged 20, captured hearts as the compassionate heroine in the Vampire Diaries. Her dual roles as Elena and Katherine earned her multiple Teen Choice Awards. Interesting fact, Nina, born in Bulgaria, moved to Canada at age 2 and is fluent in French, showcasing her versatility. In 2025, at 36, Nina stars in films like The Outlaws and The Union and advocates for environmental causes. Dating pro snowboarder Shaun White, she's thriving in Hollywood and beyond. Elena's strength and Nina's star power continue to inspire. In 2009, Stephen R. McQueen, age 21, portrayed Elena's troubled younger brother in the Vampire Diaries. His heartfelt performance as Jeremy navigating loss and supernatural chaos won fans' hearts. Interesting fact, Stephen is the grandson of legendary actor Steve McQueen, and he trained in martial arts, which helped with Jeremy's action scenes. In 2025, at 36, Stephen has starred in Chicago Fire and films like The Warrant, Breaker's Law. Keeping a low profile, he's focusing on fitness and new acting roles. Jeremy's resilience still inspires, and Stephen's star continues to rise. In 2009, Matthew Davies, aged 31, joined the Vampire Diaries as the vampire hunting history teacher. His layered performance as Alaric, evolving from foe to father figure, made him a fan favorite. Interesting fact, Matthew starred in Legally Blonde as Warner before the Vampire Diaries, showcasing his range from rom-com to supernatural drama. In 2025, at 47, Matthew stars in NBC's Grosse Pointe Garden Society and continues acting in films like Sight Unseen. A dedicated actor and father, he keeps slaying in Hollywood. Alaric's strength lives on in Matthew's dynamic career. In 2009, Michael Malarkey, aged 26, was yet to join the Vampire Diaries, debuting as Enzo in 2013. His charismatic portrayal of the loyal, tragic vampire won fans over. Interesting fact, Michael is a talented musician, releasing albums like Mongrels and Knots, blending folk and indie vibes. In 2025, at 42, Michael stars in films like The Rest of Us and continues his music career, performing globally. Based in London with his family, he balances acting and songwriting. Enzo's charm endures, and Michael's creative spark keeps shining. In 2009, Joseph Morgan, aged 28, was yet to join the Vampire Diaries, debuting as Klaus in 2011. His magnetic portrayal of the ruthless yet complex original vampire earned him a Teen Choice Award. Interesting fact, Joseph, a London native, trained at the Central School of Speech and Drama, honing his craft for intense roles like Klaus. In 2025, at 44, Joseph stars in Halo as James Ackerson and directs episodes of Titans. Married to actress Persia White, he's a devoted dad. Klaus' commanding presence lives on in Joseph's thriving career. In 2009, Margarite McIntyre, aged 44, joined the Vampire Diaries as the tough yet caring sheriff of Mystic Falls. Her role as Caroline's mom brought heart to the supernatural drama, despite missing episodes due to a leg injury. Interesting fact, Marguerite debuted on Broadway in City of Angels and has voiced Broadway soundtracks like Jane Eyre. In 2025, at 60, Marguerite thrives as a writer and producer, co-show running Vampire Academy with Julie Plec and penning episodes for the originals and legacies. Living in Nashville, she continues shaping vampire lore. Liz's legacy endures. In 2009, Sarah Canning, aged 22, portrayed Elena and Jeremy's warm, tragic aunt in the Vampire Diaries. Her heartfelt performance as Jenna grounded the show's early seasons. Interesting fact, Sarah, a Canadian actress, trained at the Vancouver Film School and starred in the acclaimed indie film Black Field before joining the series. In 2025, at 38, Sarah stars in Canadian TV shows like The Irrational and films such as Superhost. Based in Vancouver, she's an advocate for mental health awareness. Jenna's nurturing spirit lives on in Sarah's heartfelt performances. In 2009, Claire Holt, aged 21, was yet to join the Vampire Diaries, debuting as Rebecca in 2011. Her fierce yet vulnerable portrayal of the original vampire won fans worldwide. Interesting fact, Claire, an Australian actress, competed as a junior black belt in Taekwondo and nearly pursued a career in sports before acting. In 2025, at 37, Claire stars in films like untitled horror movie and TV shows like based on a true story. A mom of 3, she lives in Los Angeles with her family. Rebecca's fiery spirit shines in Claire's vibrant career. In 2009, Susan Walters, aged 46, joined the Vampire Diaries as Tyler's poised yet tragic mother. Her nuanced performance added depth to Mystic Falls elite. Interesting fact, Susan starred in classic soaps like The Young and the Restless and appeared in Teen Wolf, later marrying her co-star Lyndon Ashby. In 2025, at 62, Susan continues acting, with roles in shows like The Flash and films such as Honesty Weekend. Living in Los Angeles with her family, she remains active in charity work. Carol's elegance lives on in Susan's enduring career. In 2009, Daniel Gillies, aged 33, was yet to join the Vampire Diaries, debuting as Elijah in 2010. His sophisticated yet deadly portrayal of the original vampire earned him a devoted fan base. Interesting fact, Daniel, a New Zealand native, is an avid painter and has showcased his artwork in galleries, blending his creative passions. In 2025, at 49, Daniel stars in Sight Unseen and has directed episodes of the originals. A father of 2, he lives in Los Angeles with his family. Elijah's noble charm endures in Daniel's multifaceted career. In 2009, Jodlynn OKeefe, aged 31, was yet to join the Vampire Diaries, debuting as Jo in 2014. Her compelling portrayal of the tough yet tragic doctor resonated with fans. Interesting fact, Jodie began her career as a model at age 8 and starred as the villainous Gretchen in Prison Break before her Vampire Diaries role. In 2025, at 47, Jodie stars in films like Edge of Fear and continues modeling. Living in Los Angeles, she's passionate about animal rescue. Jo's strength lives on in Jodie's dynamic career. In 2009, Kayla Ule, aged 24, played the troubled yet sympathetic Vicky in the Vampire Diaries. Her raw performance as Mystic Falls' first vampire victim left a lasting impact. Interesting fact, Kayla, a California native, started as a child actress in Freaks and Geeks and is married to actor Tanner Novlin, known for the bold and the beautiful. In 2025, at 40, Kayla stars in films like Agent Revelation and TV shows like Roswell, New Mexico. A mom of 2, she advocates for wellness. Vicky's intensity lives on in Kayla's vibrant career. In 2009, Malise, known as Malise Jiao, aged 18, played the 500-year-old vampire in the Vampire Diaries. Her poignant portrayal of Anna, who falls for Jeremy, captivated audiences in Season 1. Interesting fact, Malise, a talented singer, competed on Ed McMahon's Next Big Star at age 11, winning 4 rounds in the kids' vocalist category. In 2025, at 34, Malise voices duplicate in Amazon's Invincible and last appeared on screen in 2021's I Know What You Did Last Summer series. Living privately, she continues her music passion. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.